everyone. How are we all? I'm so sorry it's so late in the night for you guys, but I just wanted to pop in, let everyone know I'm still alive, and see what you're all doing. And who do we have in here? Miss Justice, hello. Kimmy Jean, Mary, Katrina, welcome everyone. Jeannie, Josie, did I already say Josie? Joanne. Oh, you guys are awesome. So, it's been a bit quiet again. Hi, Fonda. So I'm just trying to tuck my chair in. It's so cold here today, guys. The sun's out and it's a beautiful day. If you can find a spot where there's no wind, it's okay. But I've just come up to the studio and I've had to put the reverse cycle on because I'm frozen to the bone. You can't sort of sit inside without any heating on, and it's not good because when I get really cold I've got to go to the ladies all the time and that's not fun. Hi, Crime and Justice. Remember to hit live chat, not top chat. Yes, I forget that sometimes too, Miss Justice. It's I never knew it existed up until about a month ago because I couldn't work out how some people were saying things I wasn't saying, and yeah. So that's not I seen that the shares had a new live. I haven't watched it, so I don't know what they're going on about, whether they had Donald on there. Does anyone know if it was just them? I was in Ziggy's for a little bit earlier today, and she had a little bit playing on fast forward, and it didn't seem like they were talking about anything specific, just carrying on as they normally do. Hi, Skyzy. Oh, she postponed the one with Donald till tomorrow. Yeah, because I thought someone said on the weekend that she was having Donald on again. So, not that I miss the guy in any way, shape or form, but it gives us something to pick apart. I don't know. I was thinking that too, Crime and Justice. I don't know. How would you know? Seriously, she doesn't know what she's doing, whether she's talking to him one day and not the next day. So maybe they're on a break at the moment. Because it reminds me of a teenager's relationship. Like, oh, insane. I think because Don won't come on at her time. Oh, okay. I thought Candace might have pulled rank again and said he's not allowed to talk to her. Yeah, and Benny Ski's completely off his rocker. I made this little video just because I could, basically, and he was naked from the waist up, which was not a good sight. But if he is not on something, and I don't mean legal somethings, I'm a really bad judge because that guy is off with the fairies right now. And I'm not going to dig the boot in too much because I am aware his son has the C, and I feel for any parent who doesn't have a well child. But my YouTube, when it refreshed earlier, it went on to him going on about how YouTube isn't real and this isn't real, and it's taken time away from his family. And he does this shit every couple of months. It's not because his child's ill. Hi, May. It's because he has episodes where he can't do YouTube anymore because it's taken away from his family and da-di-da-di-da, and then he's back to his normal schizophrenic self the next day. So I don't think his kid is sick. I don't know what it is, Katrina. I'd be surprised if his wife's even still there, to be completely honest. Who could put up with that sort of carrying on? Like, it's not normal. No normal man comes on YouTube and yells and screams and thrusts at the mouth, and it's like the guy's got distemper or something. Rabies. Oh, I can tell you right now, if my husband even tried that, I would be out the door. You do not. He's not a man. Like, he's an overgrown bloody tween. Yeah, Kimmy Jean, it just sort of popped up, and I thought, I'll just see what the rat bags. Because someone had said in Ziggy's chat that his son had the C, and I sort of thought, oh, maybe, the little guy isn't doing too well or whatever. But it wasn't about his son. It was all about himself and playing for sympathy, and he's not going to bash people anymore. And I thought, yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, crime and justice, he really does. And hopefully his wife can sort him out with something. If he's not, he seems to fall back on his brain injury or whatever it is, his brain condition, and he'll have a week of let's get all the simp happening, and then an angry week, like it's full on schizophrenic, then another week of yelling and screaming and pocket dialing everybody and turning it around. But we don't have to worry about it, thank God. We're not in his line of sight. And I'd like to keep it that way, so I better be quiet about it. Yeah, I don't get it either, Mary. I just don't understand the behaviour like that when it's supposed to be about Summer or whoever you're covering at that time, the Orson and West boys or Gabby or Michael Vaughan or Cash Gernan. Like, I don't see how you can associate yourself with these cases but then behave like that. Like, the two are so contradictory, it isn't funny. I don't know. Could be, I don't know, it's got to be something. But I don't like associating that sort of personality around these poor babies, Yeah, I seen that, but we had to go and buy rabbit food and run around and do jobs, and then I had to feed the girls, and I just haven't had time to sit and really concentrate on what anyone's saying. Oh, I did catch Chris McDonough and his guests. They were brilliant. Did anyone else go? I think I seen you in there, Crime and Justice. The lady, I can't remember her name, when she was talking about how they get the DNA off rocks and they put it through this process and it washes the rock, and the skin cells like come off the rocks into this special solution, and they can drain that solution to get the actual skin cells off a rock. Like, I was so intrigued by all of that. Yeah, something back. Was it Cryovac? Like, I know you can have Cryovac in your kitchen, like to seal your foods in plastic bags and things. But yeah, that was so interesting. I really love all that sort of technology that they utilize these days. We're so lucky to have geniuses around the world who can do all this. Like, it's groundbreaking, the stuff that they do and think of every day. Will put people like Mr. Laundry in his place. May says, I have theorized that the reason I like true crime is because it makes me feel normal in comparison. Perhaps that's the same for some YouTubers. Yeah, maybe, Hazel. I know a few nutters in my life. Don't you worry. Yeah, she was amazing. I really liked her. I'm going to go back and get her name and off his live and look into what she does more, because it was really interesting. Like, they're all so clever. And like, each of these professionals all have their own way. And that's what half of these criminals don't think about, is it's not just a Chris McDonough and it's not just a Judy Ron detective. It's a team, and they all do their own little piece of that puzzle, and it all comes together and makes a plan, or a really good rodeo, as Chris McDonough would say. Very clever. And she was so humble too. I love that about her. Nutters. Yeah, there's lots of nutters around here, Miss Justice. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Mary. It was very informative. I don't believe that whoever is doing those tweets, though, is actually Brian. But as they said, it's someone who has to know how his brain works. And let's hope all these little pieces are coming together for summer too. And how exciting is it that our candlelight cyber vigil is getting out there. There's more and more people sharing, and it's awesome. I finally worked out how to change my profile picture, so that was pretty cool. And I've changed it on Instagram and Facebook. What else have we got here? Yeah, I want to know what's happening with this court thing with Donald and the gag order hearing that was supposed to be happening a week ago or 2 weeks ago. We haven't heard anything about any of that. You just, I reached out yesterday to 60 Minutes Australia again, because even though I was excited, because they covered Gabby's story last night on Australian 60 Minutes, and I thought, if you can do it for Gabby, and I'm not saying that's a competitive thing at all, but I'd already contacted them through the week and just got a automatic, one of those automatic reply things. So I have gone straight to the reporters this time instead of going through 60 Minutes Australia, and contacted them through all their social medias. So hopefully, at least if they'd answer you, they don't. I don't know. It's just frustrating sometimes with these big media outlets, they just won't reply. Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman, I've reached out to them. Channel 7 investigates. I tried to look up Whispering Willows in Kingston, Tennessee, that Donna was talking about. Yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it? The steam train thing. She's got so many key words in there. Did you find anything, Jeannie? Because there's something about a steamboat. I've got it written down on a pad inside the house. I should have brought it up here. All them little key bits that she had, and they were all sort of close by to each other too. A distillery. I can't remember the name of this distillery, but I do have it all written down. We should, if I come back live later on when you guys wake up, we might go down the list of them, because they're all in close proximity to each other. These features she's talking about in Kingsport. Great job, Crime and Justice. Keep referring to me to the TBI update. I know, but it's nothing. Like, it's good that they come out because everyone was blowing their phones up. But I don't see how they do not have something to bring them in on. Let's leave the SA side of it just there, right? It's sitting on the shelf. It's ready to go. Surely there is something else that they can bring them in and go hard on, you would think. Are you kidding? Justice for Summer? How could they even think to do that? Getting the boys back. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who said that. I wish Don would. I missed it. No. Yeah. But it's good. Like what you guys are doing with who you're contacting and ringing and all the rest of it. You have done amazing in the last week. You know, John Walsh is going to do it. Hopefully Dr. Phil and Nita's getting back to us on Steve Wilco. That really, look, guys, I know the whole summer thing is beyond a joke, but I could not believe how early into her case they started about the money in that meeting. Remember that? It was only like 2 weeks. And they were saying how much it cost and they didn't know where they were going to get the money from. And I thought, why is that even an issue right now? I was disgusted. I've never heard of that before and I felt sick. Here we go with the routine cough session. Just, 20 minutes in. John and Candace had been sober for 2 days. Yay. Because they had a status hearing coming up for the boys. Yeah. I don't know if there would have to be a lot of renos done to that house firstly, because I can't imagine they would let them go back without having proper beds, sheets, clean. And I get it. Not every house has to be spotless. God help me, mine is never spotless. Because, you know, it's no one's favourite thing, but well, sometimes it is. And all our homes are lived in, and when you have kids and grandkids running around and that sort of stuff, but there's a difference, isn't there, between pure neglect, as we've seen, and just having a messy house. Yeah, it is a death trap, especially with all that electrical, that bathroom with no privacy. Yeah, I can't see them letting them go back there in a hurry at all. Yeah, exactly, Mary. They're not even half normal. And they need to change their whole lifestyle, not just be off the grog for 2 days. Yeah, you would think until things are made more clearer and there are things to come to light about summer, I don't think the boys will be going anywhere. Let's hope whoever said that has got it completely wrong. Because I would be so off my tree if that's the case. I hope they've seen them. If not, someone should send them to them. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've been all weekend, Kimmy Jean. I'm like, oh, I've got to clean that fridge out. Oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And then I stopped beating myself up because I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad. Like, there's always going to be something you could do around the house, isn't there? Like, always, especially when you've got kids in the house. And I don't expect them to be spotless, but I do try to get them to pick up and clean up after themselves. Like, they're 12 and 9 now, so they're not little toddlers. They're old enough to be learning life skills and putting a load of washing on and things like that, helping cook. But, you know, a little thing yesterday that, you know, I was really aggravated about and probably overreacted about was I go into their bathroom and there's like 16 empty toilet rolls sitting beside the toilet. And I rarely go in there. So I was like, are you guys serious? Like, how hard is it to pick up these empty toilet rolls? There's a bin right in there. And yeah, I think that's just a mum thing. Just watch an episode. Crime and Justice, that's called. Yeah. I used to watch that hoarder show all the time because I just can't get my head around it. I don't understand how the mental brain can, you know, I seen one episode where this lady's opened this woman's front door and there was literally newspaper from floor to ceiling with a burrow through it that she crawled through to get out the front door. And I was like, wow. Like, I know it's a mental condition, but yeah. And they can't let go of it. Have you seen them when they try to throw out the littlest thing? They'll be like, oh, no, not that one. No, I've got a reason. I've got to have that. And they lose their shit because they've taken one thing to the bin. Yeah, Mary, it does. I'm not joking you. There would have been at least, okay, probably not 16, but there was probably 10 or 11. Might have exaggerated a tiny bit, but how can you go to the toilet numerous times a day and see them empty toilet roll sitting there and just be happy with it, you know? Watch how clean is your house? Oh, I haven't seen that. I'll have to do a look for that one, Amanda. I can't stand a mess. I freak out. Yeah, I get aggravated. Like I get irritated and sort of a bit snappy at times. Like, come on, do this. I don't like it like that. Do it this way. Yeah. And I think you have to keep on their case. Otherwise they think it's okay to just leave it like that. Oh, my sister, one of my sisters, oh my God. She's like OCD. You know, when we're planning to go there to, because they live in Sydney, when we plan to go there, she, if say I'm there for 2 days, by the time I get there, she's got an itinerary, and she even factors in smoke breaks when we sit down for smokes and coffee, how long we're in each store for, if we go shopping, and what time we're waking up. And if we have, I don't have nana naps, but she always has nana naps, and I'll sit there and sew while she's having a little nap. But even that's scheduled in. And yeah, and clean. Oh my God, I've never seen anyone so pedantic on, because is it a Chinese day where you're not allowed to clean the floors? I don't know anything about it, but we were there one time and it was apparent, they're not Chinese or anything, but her hubby doesn't like the floors. So I don't even know what this story is. But from what I could get from it, it was a Chinese day of the year that they're not allowed to clean their floors. And he doesn't like her to clean the floors on this Chinese bloody day that you're supposedly not allowed to clean the floors. And she swept the floor. And she's like, oh, don't tell him I did that. And I said, yeah, no, you're safe with me. I won't mention a word. Like, oh, God. Crazy. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up now about the Chinese don't clean your floor today thing, because I was just standing back like, right, guys, you are both crazy. Yeah, T. Riley, mine are all grown up and I inherited 2 more. But they're gorgeous girls. The kids in this generation are built different. Yes, emerald flower. Because back in my childhood, I had no choice but to clean. And if I talked to my mum the way these kids talk today, Lord, I would probably have no teeth. I'm hearing you. But now the kids know all their rights, and they're not good at owning some of their responsibilities. But yeah, they seem to have an understanding from preschool. You know, in one way, it's really, really good that they know boundaries and things like that with child abuse, but sometimes they can use it to their own advantage. But when my grown-up kids, hi Joey M. Wilson, how are you? We've got a Aussie girl in the house. No, Joey, it's still very quiet. I actually am feeling in my waters that there is something going on with Summer's case. It just hasn't come forward yet. I was hoping that Chris McDonough might have thrown in some new information for us, but he didn't. So you're still in lockdown, Joey? Yeah, it's good to have some more Australian people in. I seen your live last night, Joey, where you did the locations where Gabby and Brian went. It was really interesting. You did a great job. Yeah, we're out. This is our second week out. So, no, this is the beginning of our third week out. Can everybody hear me? Can't you hear me, Miss Justice? Turn the volume up a bit. Oh, yes, I love Canadians. You think he's in Blood Mountain, Joey? I just don't know anymore. I don't think he's in that swamp area. And I don't think he come back from the camping trip with Mum and Dad either. Oh, thanks for watching very much, Lee. Yes, can hear you, matey. Oh, good. Very good. Yeah, I felt a bit somber today after I watched a little bit of Gabby's service on Fox 13. And I don't know how both her dads got up there and spoke without breaking down, and I loved their attitude. That I'm getting a big lump in my throat just thinking about it. How composed they were, and they didn't make it all sad, and it was a celebration. And I don't think I could be that strong. Like, they are amazing. Aren't they? She was so lucky, or she is so lucky. I'm not going to say was, because they will forever be her dads. And I love the fact that the dad acknowledged the two step parents as part of the four parents, and they were so united together. It was just beautiful. But yeah, it just makes you feel a bit heavy and find this asshole, guys. They have to find him. I was really deflated listening to that other fella that Chris McDonald was talking about, that he was on the run for 25 years or something. And I was like, oh, dear Lord, can we not? Surely this guy isn't that well put together that he can hide for that many years. And I don't know in these areas where he... Joey, do you know whether it gets really, really cold where... Does it snow on Blood Mountain? Yeah, I've learnt so much since I've been on YouTube about the USA and states, and even your law enforcement setups are so different to over here. We sort of have a state police and then federal police, but you guys have like county departments within a state. So it's really confusing to me. And every county has different rules, and yeah. And I know this isn't about summer, but that lullaby book and what that TikTok girl did, my granddaughter, you know how I told you guys she's been doing research and things on both their social medias and all this sort of thing for the last week. She brought up that lullaby book to me about 4 days ago, and she said, Nan, this book he is reading is about a young couple that go across America on a road trip doing virtually what Gabby and Brian did. And I should have looked at it more. I've just got to plug my laptop in. I have my phone in, and now the laptop's gone flat. It's in. Brian's dad loved his work, so he thought he would answer the door. Yeah, see, that's what I've got to look into is the snow. But who thinks they're going to get him soon? And I don't know, are they still searching that swamp area on any level? Because they need a few nighttime Rambos in there if that's where they think he is. He's not going to move around in the daytime. He's going to be camouflaged and he can hear and see him coming during the day. They need some like military nighttime people in there, don't you think? If that's where they really think he is, that can creep around and no one knows they're there. And they have the night vision goggles but they've gone over it with that heat sensor radars and everything. You think something would have shown up. I missed that, Miss Justice. What did you say? I just feel so bad for her family and friends. She was so beautiful and so young, and she had a dream. She had a passion for what she did and had no reason to hurt her. I know. Hi, Shayna. You're good. We've only been on for half an hour and 37 minutes. Nobody deserves that, what she's gone through. And I know this is about summer, but we can quickly talk about them. Law enforcement officers were told from dispatch that he had been hitting her, apparently, but they still surmised that she was the aggressor because she was upset. I wouldn't be surprised either, Joey. And I haven't heard any more about that the murdered married couple either. Nice talking to you too. Thanks for coming in, Joey. We appreciate it. I don't believe that account is his. A lot of people in the chat were saying it belongs to a different van life creator. Yeah, I seen that too, May. I don't believe it's him either. I don't think he'd be that stupid to put it on social media when the whole world's looking for him. With the way they can detect IP addresses and the metadata, he wouldn't be hiding for long then. My daughter showed me a pic of him going up to someone's door to take a package with his shirt over his nose, but who knows, it's probably Photoshop. Yeah. Yes. But there's not a lot happening with that coming to light or with Summer's case. But it's good that we've got a little bit of downtime in one way to keep spreading the word about the candlelight vigil, the cyber one. Apparently there's one also being scheduled for Kingsport on the 14th. I've seen that come up through YouTube, but I think that's like a physical one where you have to actually go there. Sorry. Latte da. I know, it's just when you feel for both of them, it's a bit hard to just speak about one when everyone's sort of thinking about both of them at the same time. And I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about both. It's not that you're forgetting one or one's more important than the other. at least Gabby has been located and she's back with her family. I pray that John Welsh really nails Don and Candace. He's going to read right through them. They are going to wish they would have just participated with you. I'm really interested to see how far into it he goes. Or will he just give like an overdue missing child, da-di-da-di-da? Like, I wonder, does he go to like the locations and things like that in his other stories? Because as you guys know, I don't know much about him at all or how his shows work. But he sounds like a very, very determined character to me. And I wouldn't mess with him. Dirtbag. That's what the dirty laundry dirtbag. I thought that was gold. Can you imagine him sitting up on that hill with them two? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, here's Sandy Ridgway. Hi, Sandy. How are you? Oh, no, you guys are here for me. Let's put that straight. I love coming on and having a chat with you all each day. Yesterday I didn't, because guess what? I actually went and got my hair done yesterday. My daughter-in-law had a free day. And, yeah, it was great. I haven't had it done for about 5 months. So I feel like a new woman. Oh, okay, Justice for Summer. But it would be good, you know, maybe he'll get summer in his blood like the rest of us, and he will he'll go in deep with wanting to speak to Don and Candace and things. Because it feels like it gets into your blood, doesn't it? Like even with Oran North and West, it's just always there. It's always in the back of your mind. You're thinking, although it's 9.5 months with Oran and Orson, and I would never have thought when that happened that the parents would still be walking around 9.5 months later. Because I checked my phone like I do with Summer 15, 20 times a day, just checking for updates, any news. I followed YouTubers, you know, legally into their backyards, and even baby Evelyn, even after they found her, it's in your blood. You're never, ever going to forget their little faces or the journey that your own heart went on while they weren't located, and the whole story. And it's not for entertainment. It's because it gets to you and you just can't believe that these things are happening to these babies more and more and more. And I used to think a couple of months ago that it was just because of social media that, you know, people are more in touch with what's happening, and, you know, you notice it more because social media is right there. And I don't think it is. I think it is happening more and more and more. It's like every second week. And that other beautiful girl that Libby was talking to us about the other day, Sheridan Wall, like, it's just never ending. All he has to see is the interviews with Chris McDonough and the news interview with Candace high out of her mind. He will hear the prank call and he will know it's them. Yes. Hi, LC Justice for Victims. Welcome. I love everyone being in here. If you're new in here and you haven't popped up in the chat, we're really happy to have everyone in here. And if you could subscribe, we would love it. Hit a thumbs up for us. Oh, is Mary off to bed? I'm sorry, guys, it's so late. I'll come on earlier tomorrow. Good night, Mary. You have a great night. Sweet dreams. And the neighbour, I still don't know what to think there. I'm still conflicted. I just think there's more to the neighbour. Not that she was involved, but I don't fully comprehend all the things that she let out that she believes is the case. I think once I get a gut feeling, I rarely move from it. Rarely ever. Can everyone please change their profile pics to summer to support Summer Moon? Yes, Emerald Flower. That would be awesome. Look how many we've got in here now. There's heaps and heaps of people doing it now. And my girls are going to make posters for our little candlelight vigil. We're going to do like a corner with posters and decorations for our candles and things. Yeah, Justice for Summer, I just don't get it. Too many things just didn't sit right with me. Yeah, and sorry, I'm getting croaky. Ziggy's got a petition. And I think she posted it today on her community page too, the link straight to it. So if you just want to go and sign the petition, it's a great idea just to get Summer's name nationwide, worldwide. Yeah, I've signed it too, Emerald. And I think it's going to happen. If you think about what progress this community has made in the last week between Nita's channel, and I even noticed today Tiffany Marie has put up a notice about the 15th of October at 6:30 p.m. and it's a cyber event all around the world. And yeah, I think it's awesome that all the creators are getting on board. I've been tagging the ones that I watch and sending them little messages, and it's great. Your face is going to be even more well-known, Little Miss Summer Moon Utah Wells. I think this morning when I heard her little update, Emerald Flower, I think she said it was, or someone in the chat give her a tally, and it was 630 something this morning, my time. So that's awesome. She's only had it up since Friday, I think. Miss Justice. Yeah. I've been telling everybody, sign the petition, change your profile picture. Maybe it's the air conditioning thing that makes me throat, because I've got the heater air conditioner on. It just gets so dry. Yeah, Tiffany's post went forever. Oh, it's now over 800. Awesome. I need a cough lolly. That's so good. In 4 days, when I commented on your YouTube channels about the vigil, oh, really? Are you serious, T. Riley? That's so rude. That is very rude of them to do that. I know. You think about if every creator's subs, because everybody, we've only got a little channel here at the moment. But some of these creators that have 15,000 subs, if they send all their subs over to sign it, you know, it's going to be massive. Epic. That is bizarre. Did you have a link in it, T. Riley? It will automatically delete links. Oh. I didn't know that, May. Yeah, I get what you're saying too, Riley. You had to actually go into their live chats to tell them. Wow. I did a community post about it when I got off the last live. No, I did not about Ziggy's petition, but about the candle vigil and that sort of stuff. And I just tagged the creators that were in it so far so that their subs could see it. But I'll try and post a link because Ziggy did. Maybe you can only do it to your own links. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think any of our mods would delete anybody talking about summer. At all. Because that's, you know, I don't understand why they would do that. Regardless of, you know, which baby you're talking about. Try changing the wording a bit. It might be that if you post the same thing so many times, it reads it as spam. Could be. Yeah, I'm so proud of all of you as well. Don't neglect yourselves either, because you guys are the power. It's all right for us to get up here talking, but you all are amazing. Oh, can someone fill me in? I know the last couple of lives you guys have been filling me in more than I've been filling you in, but I've had to go out quite a few days lately, so I am a bit back to front. But did I hear Nita right when she said Benny Skeezer's Lizzie B. Savage moderator went for Chip? Because I can tell you right now, she better not have. I only caught a bit of it and I thought, what is going on? What is wrong with people? Why do they have to behave like that? And it's not because I consider Chip a friend. It's about human decency. and respecting fellow humans, period. Act like an adult. Pull your freaking head in. Oh my God, I was fuming. I could not believe. So did she, because I don't know the nitty-gritties of what happened. All I know is she went for Chip. And I presume straight away it wasn't in a good way. Yes, T. Riley is amazing. But you all are amazing. Yeah, Miss Justice, I don't know. I only caught the tail end of... Anita didn't go right into it. She just went off on Lizzie B. Savage, Benny Skeezer's one of his delightful little moderators. And she was losing her shit, and I still don't know exactly what happened, but I can guarantee it wasn't a fun time. There's someone else attacking Chip through a comment I made to Chip. Her name is Avery's mum, and she's evil and nasty. Well, guys, if anyone comes across Avery, what's her name? Avery's mum in our chat, we will instantly get rid of her. No, Chip doesn't deserve nastiness in any way, shape or form. She is true to her name, her channel name. She's a mystery angel, and she's got the heart of a saint. Yeah, maybe Shayna. It just makes you so angry that people can be evil on YouTube and attack other creators and be negative. But May Hazel, she says, bless you, T. I am technically challenged, so I don't do much, but I am so grateful for everyone that is working hard. Yeah, I feel exactly the same way, May, because I feel so helpless because I'm so far away and I don't feel like I can do much at all. But at least this candle vigil is something I can participate in and stream and be a part of. And we're all doing it. That's the special part about it. Every single one of us are going to be doing it at exactly the same time. And that's, I don't know, that makes me all warm and fuzzy. Why would anyone want to harass someone who has cancer? Chip is great. She's loving, she's sweet, and has the biggest heart and here for summer, and she loves all her subs. Exactly. I could not have said that any better, Emerald. I told Nita the second that happened, she was very angry and thanked me. It's just, I just think by keeping her name, you know, in thumbnails, and it's getting closer and closer and closer that I'll be able to leave the country. So, guys, I need some spare bedrooms happening. A lounge, a recliner, I don't care what it is, but I'm coming to visit. It's not going to be too long. They're saying maybe November we'll be able to leave the country, so that's awesome. Yeah, and there's so many of us. But I can tell you there's a real bond forming with the channels that are not getting involved with all the big drama. And I am actually really proud to be a part of that. And I know I had a little rant about Skeezy earlier, but he doesn't come for me, and I don't see a need to go for him either, or, you know, instigate something where he comes for me just so I get more viewers or whatever the reason. I just think stick in your lane. You mightn't have 500 people in your chat, but I don't care. You know, I want beautiful people in here, and we rarely have horrible trolls and things like that to worry about. We can smoke inside cigarette. I'm going to buy, actually, I think I have got a vape thing in my cupboard. I'm going to go and see if I can, oh, don't do that because now I want a cigarette. Where's that Ashley Marie? She needs a late note. I haven't seen her in here for well over, it'll be nearly a week. She usually stirs me up about cigarettes or peeing me pants. I try not, if Ashley's in here, you'll notice I never say I have to go to the ladies because she does things in the chat that makes me want to go more. Michelle After Dark's awesome too. I love her. She does it just like, I know she doesn't do lots of lives and things like that, but she's mature. She is intelligent. She knows her stuff, and there's no bullshit with her, you know? A lot of fake on YouTube and a lot of dollars being made off of Summer. It's gross in my opinion. Sorry if that's rude. No. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, really, real. You have awesome subscribers they care and love deeply. Yes, you all do, T. Riley, and I really do appreciate it. And it's not, if we get off topic and we're talking about life in general, or one of us is not well or something like that, don't think I'm going to apologize for being there for my subs either, because this is a family and we are all going to be here. If you've had a really shit day, I want to hear about it. You know, if there's any way we can support you in any way, that's what it's about as well. Yeah, we might get off topic and not say Summer's name in every single sentence, but it's not 100% focused on Summer. It's about all of us as a whole as well. Because you guys hear about my day if I've had a crappy day. So if anyone ever wants to come up and just have a tell us about what they're going through, like, feel free. Does anyone want to come up? 2 of you would be really good. Yeah, just go with the flow. Hi, Twiggy. I'm listening in, not a big chatter. That's okay, whatever you feel comfortable with. And that's the thing, you just want people to feel comfortable. Like, I'm not up here trying to provoke altercations or hate on another creator or anything. We're just doing our thing in our lane for each other and for Summer and the community. Yeah, well, Griff and Stella, we both have the same mods. Nita has Griff and Stella as well. Miss Justice, are you a mod for Nita as well? I thought she was. Yeah, but don't the whole mod thing becomes a bit of an issue for channels. I noticed, like, when I first subbed to AB, he was given wrenches out like toilet papers in a pandemic, and then when he had to take the majority of them back, it really hurt people. Like, they were really devastated. It's amazing how much that little blue wrench means to some people. Because, you know, I was saying this the other day too, it's like having prefects in school. you're still one of the class members, but it's like you've got a special privilege. Went to Michelle after dark, nothing going on. Yeah, it's hard. Like, it's hard to come up and keep Summer's name relevant and all the rest of it if you're not bitching and being negative about the other channels, because law enforcement are not giving us anything. Donald's quiet, so we've got nothing to talk about with his bullshit stories. I want to go through them photos of the outside of the house again, though, because I picked up a few more things that I thought were interesting. And I also met your mum, Sharon. They rock also. Yeah, we're very lucky. And we're lucky that we don't need heaps of, we don't have heaps of trolls. Because Ziggy, I was trying not to laugh at her, but it was funny. She has this serial stalker girl, Janine. Have you all seen her? Oh my God. She makes up like a fake account after a fake account and goes straight back in after Ziggy blocks her and she's at it again. And just Ziggy's reactions to this, this Janine, I couldn't stop laughing. It was just hilarious. So who's reporting on something, Ziggy, that's going on right now with Summer's case or with Gabby's case? Amanda? Did you hear her say that? Hang on. Did you hear... Did anyone pick up the share live yesterday? Did you hear her say that Candice and Don have a plan to cover their butts and how Cher is holding onto information she hasn't told anyone, not TBI, nobody? I don't believe a word that Cher says anymore. Seriously, I don't. If she had anything, she would be running to TBI to get that reward money, I reckon. I have sensitive info I didn't know what to do with. That's what brought me to the true crime community. AB and Crenshaw both actually got back to me with advice and kept to themselves. Oh, that's good, really, real. Is that with the West case? Crenshaw's really lovely too. I haven't been on her channel for ages. She used to stress me out. She'd go out on searches for Oren and Orson West by herself. Like to these, literally they were like dumps beside the road and things like that. And she'd be out there all alone. And yeah, you'd be sitting there. She'd be doing a live while she's looking through trash and in the woods. And I just thought, please don't become another statistic. You need to be careful. They truly want to help find out why all these kids go missing. I don't understand. I think they will too, T. Riley. But I'd be surprised. I would be surprised if Prairie Dog and Cher's phones aren't already tapped and monitored on a minute-by-minute platform. Good girl, Emerald Flower. Gosh, you're onto it. Great work. So you can be in trouble for that. Withholding evidence, if it's evidence and she knows about it. And she's clearly stated on the live that she hasn't turned it over. You can be in big trouble for that. Maybe she'll beat Don and Candace to the big house. She just makes me sick. Like she really does. And I know that's horrible. I don't like to be horrible, but as soon as I hear her voice, I get agitated. Like I get anxious, and I'm not even exaggerating. No, it isn't good, Beagle Mama. Oh, hi, Beagle Mama. It's not. It's the way she can justify everything to suit herself. And soon as someone says, well, I don't care what you think, you know, this is about what I think, blah, blah, blah. But then in the next sentence, she says, oh, well, I respect everyone's point of view. You're allowed in here. So she'll let you into her chat. And obviously, as she keeps reminding people, you have to be subscribed to participate in her chat. But once you're in a chat, she'll then say, oh, I don't care. People can be in here as long as they're not disrespectful. But as soon as you say what you think, you're being disrespectful and you're gone anyway. So she's a hypocrite on every single level with everything she says. And even Prairie Dog looks at her sometimes like, are you for real? They mustn't watch their videos back, because they wouldn't still be together if she watched some of his reactions back. Hi, Leonie Williams. What did I miss with my little rant then? Hello, Beagle Mama. Now I've just gone past it again. So, Leonie Williams, what's going on that I'm missing out on here? New report from who? Somebody will let me know in the chat. I had the problem with another creator. Everything I said was disrespectful. Oh, Natasha gets wound up, doesn't she? Yeah, she's no good either. She has a way with words as well, that lady. Oh, hi, Loretta. How are you? That's okay. At least you popped in to say hello. I worry when I haven't seen our regulars for a couple of days. You think, I hope they're okay. I'd hear in the voice. I sit and listen, screen record everything she says about what she knows about what happened to Summer. And I wonder what she meant, that they have a plan to cover up what. I only learnt to screen record last week. And isn't it an amazing little tool? It's going to come in very handy. Oh, good girl, Amanda Hudson. Yeah, if you let me know if there's something going on, I can stream it. I hope you're well, Loretta. Loretta and I have a little history. My very first time I tried to block a troll, I accidentally blocked Loretta, and I thought I'd blocked her like forever. I didn't understand that she could still hear me, even though I accidentally blocked her. And, yeah, it was a bit of a situation. But she could hear me in the background freaking out because I just blocked the wrong one. And, yeah, she was awesome about it, and I appreciated that. Because, you know, some people wouldn't. Some people would be like, oh, she blocked me for no reason. She's such a bitch. But no, Loretta was loving and understanding, and yeah, it was a lovely little memory. And we are making memories, guys, believe it or not. It's not just a little chat thing to me. Do you have to have an active YouTube channel to screen record? No, I did it on my phone, but I think you can do it on a PC as well. I know, Loretta. It's school holidays at the moment, so it's really good that I don't have to do too much running around. The kids are home and I can chill a bit. I'm really glad you blocked Super. It was funny afterwards. And I even learned how to. So, Loretta, you taught me so much. Well, I taught myself that much that day, because not only were you my first blocked person, but my first unblocked person, because I learned how to do both in an hour. I have come to the conclusion certain creators just attract people I don't want to be around. Yeah, Beagle Mama. Like some of the ones, yeah. Like I can be in other creators' chats and I just think, wow, I am so lucky. Hi, Denise. You know, as I say over and over again, I couldn't care less whether I had 40 people. If 400 people are going to behave like that, I'll stick to my 40 or 30 or 20 or 10. Like, I don't care. I don't need that stress. And they do stress the other creators out. Like, they get really, really angry. Where it sort of wouldn't get to me like that, I don't think. Like, I've only had a couple of trolls, so, but I'm not like, whatever, dude. I'll just press the block button. I don't think I could let someone get under my skin to the point where I was really, really furious on a live, because I try to be in control of how I react to others. With some of these topics, it's really hard sometimes, and I have had little dummy spits, but I think I've composed myself pretty well. I haven't sort of gone on a mental breakdown or anything, but I'm not going to let a troll get under my skin to the point where the whole chat is freaking out that I'm going to pass out or something. Oh, Really Real's in Western Australia. I'm in Western Australia. Is tomorrow a holiday for school? Yes, it's school holidays over here. Haven't you got school? Or that's not Western Australia. Is WA a state in America, guys? We've got the rest of this week is school holidays and next Monday and Tuesday. So they go back to school Wednesday week. Will everyone please go hit the thumbs up and subscribe? Yes, thank you, Emerald Flower. I would love that if people could do that. It just keeps us in the YouTube feed a little bit higher up the line. And like, I'm not going to lie, of course I want my channel to grow, and but I just hope we keep the consistency of genuine, beautiful people in here. Also, I'm glad you're laughing, Really Real. WFL, I've been living on that channel the last week, Leonie Williams. And that guy, how good was he with his, he talked for like 8 hours straight, and he talks so fast. I took my hat off to him because he didn't draw breath sometimes. Exactly 100, but some people just can't be nice. I know, and I get it, and I'm happy to take the good with the bad and sift them out if that's what they want to do. But they're not going to get to me. No school holidays here in Colorado until October. Wow. I know you're on it, T. Riley. Yeah, Emerald Flower, you and T. Riley are really going hard today. Great work, girls. Oh, thank you, Miss Justice. Natasha was going off in Natasha's True Crime. She was going off ahead this morning about her Facebook page was really, really bad. But I sort of looked at that when she was saying that as well, as in, so we're talking about quantity and quality of subs and that sort of stuff. The other day she had 6,000 or 7,000 people in her chat. That's a shitload of people of 6,000 or 7,000 different personalities. Like, it's going to happen. You are going to get people that aren't all. And that's sort of an example of what I'm trying to say about only having 30 or 40 in your chat. It's easier to sift through and have a good chat. But at the same time, you do want to grow and. Oh, thank you, Emerald Flower. It really does mean a lot, you know. I'm a Pisces, so it does, everything sort of touches my heart in a good way. And Pisces is probably too sentimental at times because you do take everything to heart. But when we get angry, or we're not the most pleasant when we spit it. My grandson started kindergarten 2 weeks ago. Oh my God, how cute, T. Riley. Did you go on his first day? If he lives near, like, do you live near here? We've gone to all our grandkids' first day, and we make it a real big special day. But sometimes it backfires because they think the same thing's going to happen the next day and the next day and the next day. And when you're not there the second day, they don't know what's going on. But I can't. Sorry. I hate Benny so much, but his son, who is 3-year-old, has the C. We pray for him because we are good people, especially when it comes to children. Yeah, exactly. And I noticed Chasing Truth did that earlier too, although they don't get along, you know. And if you don't get along, leave it at the door. Like, don't keep making videos about him, because he's just going to make another one about you, and it's just tit for tat, and it's going to keep going and going and going. Just leave it. Sweep it out the door. Move on. That's my only advice to anybody having these creator wars, because it's not bringing quality to your channel. I'm not saying my channel's quality either, but, you know, you've got to look at the big picture. And I know you're going to get viewers who are there for that reason. Oh, what did she say about Benny this time? What did Benny say about her? And I just don't have the time or energy to give two shits, to be honest. My grand started first grade. He missed most of kindergarten. Oh, no. Oh, you're racing? Really? Look, guys. And still have one of my own at home. We're raising our 2 granddaughters, Sassy Noz. We've had them for 7 years, and they're 12 and 9 now. That's very special. Good on you. And you still have one of your own kids at home. It's hard, isn't it? Like, our 3 kids are grown and gone, but yeah. Oh, thanks, T. Riley. You know what I mean, though, don't you, about the tit for tat? And Chasing Justice, we can learn a lot from her. And like she works in the field as well and has a lot of knowledge, and I would much rather her talk about stuff like that and survivors and, you know, things that can help you grow as a person rather than, and like I understand that she has to call him out on what he's doing. I totally get that, but do it and move on and forget about it, because he's going to keep coming for you, because that's how he's getting views as well, because you're mentioning his name. Oh my God, where'd it go? Jeez, I hate it when the chat jumps. Oh my God, just looked at the date. Old report from 21st. I will just go back under my rock. I am so sorry. I am so embarrassed. Oh, don't be silly, Leonie. We do that all the time. I'm sure all of us do it quite often. No, don't be silly. It's fine. It's all good. It's starting over. I have 3 adult kids, a teen with autism, and I've had the 6-year-old since. Oh, wow. So it's not like you've just got him. Yeah, well, our 12-year-old has virtually been here since she was born. The 9-year-old, like they both were sort of with mum, not with mum for the first 3 years and first 5 years. And then they come to live with us full time. But as the regulars in here know, I've told them the story before about when hubby and I first become empty nesters. I did not cope with that one little bit, guys. I was really depressed for about 3 months, and I didn't even like going to the supermarket or anything. Sorry, my throat is really scratchy. Every time I'd go to the supermarket, I'd see family packs of biscuits or family-sized cereal, you know, and I just felt like I didn't have a family anymore. And I'd be in the grocery aisle with tears pouring down my face like a big loser. People thought I was nuts. And then I just got used to it, and we ended up with the 2 girls. So there wasn't much time to really get used to hubby and I being by ourselves. But the time we did have, we went to New Zealand on a cruise, and we did some good things, and we'll still be able to do good things together as the girls get older. When I started watching YouTube channels, when I subscribed, if they started acting up, I know. I've done that to a few too, Denise, because you've got to look after yourself and your own mental health. But if watching that channel is going to give you anxiety and, you know, you don't feel like you at least want to feel like you belong there and that you feel good when it's finished. God, guys, I would hate for me to end alive and yous all go off in a bad mood. You know, that's not what it's about for me. I just wish that law enforcement could just go and get Mr. and Mrs. Laundry, lock them up, and put a bribery out in the media on Brian's head that your mum and dad are not getting out of jail till you front up. And they just lock Don and Candace up. I don't care if they don't have any evidence. Just lock them up anyway. You know, it'll help them in the long run. Dry them out. Get them educated. Do some parenting courses, cooking classes. Go back to school maybe. There's lots of things they can teach you while you're in prison these days. It's not going to be a bad thing, whether you're guilty or not. Just go and book in now. Look at the big picture, guys. When my husband passed, my parents started taking my kids every Sunday. Grandparents are the best. Help me grieve and not in front of my children. Much respect. Oh, thank you, really real. Yeah, grandparents are pretty special. But in our case, as I've said before, the 3 little grandkids we've got that don't live with us don't understand why they don't. You've got to try and explain to them why the 2 girls live with us and they don't, because they don't understand. It's quite endearing, and you feel horrible and guilty for the 3. It's like you're punishing them when you say, no, you've got to go home, sweetheart. You live with mum and dad. But why? How come the girls live here? You know, it's really difficult sometimes. And they will get it. The older they get, they'll get it. They'll understand. I'm really hoping there are some developments as well, because the next 4 days it's supposed to rain 20 to 40 mils 4 days in a row. So we're going to be stuck inside. The girls won't be able to do any. Oh, it's just going to be horrible. Hello, Bernadette Hitchner. Yes, hello, Bernadette Hitcher. And thank you all. We want to do is bring love and make everyone comfortable. This channel is safe and we are here for everyone. We sure are. But if anyone wants to come up and have a natter, is anyone on that lives close, like in Hawkins County, that's going to go to meet with Nita on the day, on the 15th? Yeah, we were actually, Beagle Mama, we were actually going to cook some slices and stuff this afternoon. That's why they said, don't you do another 3.5 hour live? I'm like, I won't, guys. The Ziggy report. Oh, the Ziggy report, that's being turned into, they have charges now. Sorry about that. Oh, this stupid mouse makes me laugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's harder for the other kids to deal with it, isn't it? I wonder how Don and Candace handle their situation now. It's autumn, cold and dark days, and the house is empty. They'll just get drunk or high and carry on, I reckon. But yeah, it's got to probably more for Candace, because she's used to them being around her 24/7. Because from what we've seen come out in a few things, they didn't actually attend school all that much anyway. I think Nita said that Ange from Everyday Shenanigans is going with her to Hawkins County for the candle lighting. Oh, Sassy Nos has been around since we started. Really? You're just not a big talker. That's fine. Oh, really? Oh, that's good. Thank you. Yeah, they did call the police. Did you hear that 911 call? She said to 911, there was a man on her property yelling and screaming. Did anybody see the footage of? He did not yell and scream. He knocked civilly on that door 3 or 4 times and he left. talk about drama queens. Beagle Mama, I'm just going to say it how if my son or daughter did what has happened to Gabby, as much as it would kill me, break my heart, like I would still say 1000% you have to turn yourself in. Like you have to do this. Things are only going to be worse if you don't. You know, and then I've been thinking, were his parents scared of him? You know, maybe he's intimidated and abused them over the years as well, and they have no choice but to do what he wants to do. Has he got them over a barrel somehow or heard them before? Like, you just don't know, do you? Bernadette, I wouldn't never, ever turn my back on my grandkids. As hard as it is some days, and yeah, that's why I don't get Grandis at all, and I get so angry with her because, you know, if she can see, they still know right from wrong at the end of the day, Grandis and Don and Candace. It doesn't matter about the substance abuse and the alcohol, meaning they know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It's what they decide, that's the way they want to be, and that's the way they live. And they honestly don't give two shits whether it suits their 4 kids or not. But Grandis should have stepped in and tried to at least, you know, put some sort of protection in place for those kids. I get lost a bit, but why is there a talking dog in this? Where's there a talking dog? I hope not really real. I really hope she's not pregnant but I think if she is, they would take it anyway. Susan Smith's here. Same as the other. Yep, I know. Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Oh, God. Every time I look at that guy, though, I just think, oh, go and have a shower. Get a haircut. I know it's his brand, his hair and all the rest of it, but he always looks grubby to me. Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter, I think. Your link, Miss Justice, I can't see. So it just comes up in normal typing to me, and it's not an actual link, and I can't click on it. Can you message it to me or something? It's annoying me how that happens. Oh, maybe if I do it on my phone. Can I do it on my phone? I'll teach myself something here. We'll see how that works. So I think we need to think about tomorrow's live and who wants to come up and have a chat with me. Yeah, he used to have a show. I don't think he still has it, does he? He used to have a show, and he'd go around catching people that had skipped out on their bail bonds and that sort of thing. I used to like it, actually. It was interesting. I've got real stairs, real doors. I'm just trying to get this up to see what Miss Justice's link says. Oh my goodness me. Sorry if I'm quiet, guys. I know a lot of people hate it when your chat goes quiet and there's no sound whatsoever, because you're just so used to that rolling commentary of someone talking. Okay, I've got it up, and that's him walking to the door. But I didn't see him, like, he doesn't act up or anything. I'll put it up here. Maybe that's what Miss Justice is trying to tell me to do. Box 13 Tampa. I'll do that, guys. Then you can see what we're talking about. Maybe. If I can get this to work. It's everywhere the other day. Tampa. Here he is. We'll get that up. And we'll share the screen. Nearly there. Here we go. I just have to turn the radar up a bit. Buddha. It's like one of the words Trisha Griffith says. I just love her too. Okay, guys. I don't think there's any sound with this. So they can obviously see him from the inside. Yeah, he does look like a wrestler, mate. I think I'd freak out if he come to my front door. Does he, Justice for Summer? I didn't know that. That's really good. I agree, Admiral. And just so you all know, there's no sound on this video. It's not that I've got it muted or anything. See that camper thing? I swore the very first couple of days when they went to the laundry house that camper thing was sideways. Like it was more on the grass and only half on the cement, meaning it was turned around on its side. And I said that in a couple of chats and everyone shot me down in flames. No, it hasn't. It's been like that since day one. I'm like, okay. It must have just been the way I was looking at it. That bedroom was worse than a sewer. Yeah, they did give the Mustang back. I think they only had it 2 days. Yeah, there is Sassy Noz, and it says, I'll see if I can find it in a minute, that he was yelling and screaming. And I've seen another bit of footage where you can actually hear him knocking on the door and stuff. And he didn't yell and scream on the footage I've watched. Like he was talking to them camera people and maybe the neighbour over the fence, but he wasn't out there causing any ruckus or raising his voice or anything like that, from what I saw. And you can see he just calmly walks back to the car. It's not. They tried to make out on 911 call that he was causing a disturbance and all the rest of it. And off he goes, and that was it. Like, he didn't, and that, I don't know, they're wasting people's, law enforcement's time looking for your son that you lost, that you reported missing. Oh, here we go. Here's the actual interview with him, guys.
Because I lost a daughter at the
Hang on. This is interesting because I didn't know he'd lost a daughter. This is the actual interview with Doc after he had been to the house. How long does it go for? And I can sneak out and have a quick smoke while you guys.
The same age. I know what the parents feel like, okay? And you want justification. You want the guy behind bars. All of it's alleged that he even committed the murder. But
I'll be back in a minute.
Circumstantially, it looks
like he did. You know, the strongest lead I see is that one of her friends said he had been in the Appalachian Mountains by himself for a couple months. Now, he's not just a camper then. He is a outdoorsman. So in order to do that, I think because of his age, he felt comfortable. If there's anywhere right now that looks the hottest, that could be the area. It all depends on the picture they got of him the other day where they're hunting now. If really that was him, no one has said that. If not, Appalachian Mountains is the best, but it covers several states. So where did he go in at? That's where you start your tracking point. From right when he went into the mountain with dogs, they've got so much infrared. I mean, they're going to catch him. You know, the only reason I would doubt if he's in the swamp is they've been hunting it really good, okay? And I'm not sure that was him in the picture. You know, they was blurry, blah, 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 like kind of an old bank robbery picture, right? But you couldn't really tell if that was him. Now, if that was him 100%, he's in the swamp. Okay. And then, so he moves in the night and he probably sleeps up in the day. Now, the FBI has ultraviolet light tracking. Remember the Boston bomber? How they found the kid in the boat when they went over and the tarp was over him? They've got that. So I'm sure they're using that to cover with drones. I mean, he can't cover with mud. It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. He can't cover with anything. He's going to light up. You know, I don't think he went to New York or there's been a couple rumors he might have went to Mexico. I've been to Mexico. So if he's down there wanted, a white boy that doesn't know Spanish, the cartel's going to grab him for the reward. So no, he's not down there. You know, I don't think. Who knows? I've had to eat my words before. Sounds like when they got into argument, she screamed a lot. Now, if he's out in that tent, your voice will go, what, 2 miles? And she's screaming. What if he put his hand over her mouth to shut her up and killed her? Or did he do it worse? It all depends. The autopsy report is out, I believe. how she died, okay, that's going to be your murder death penalty sentence. So how do you say it could have been an accident? You know, the guy that uh, killed my daughter in a car wreck, right? He passed too, but it was an accident. How do you say that? So, but right now we got to hunt him as a wanted fugitive. So the reason I went to Mr. Landry is because I carry a reputation with me. See me every night on Pluto TV. The reputation is he gives you a second chance. He gonna get you, but he gives you a second chance. So I thought, wow, the dad's gonna, see me and crack. And I know the kid knows me, probably one of my fans. So I thought the dad would answer and talk. But I was very persistent without disturbing the peace and knocked a few times so they saw it was me. And I didn't play nasty and put a copy of the warrant on their front door, none of that. I was very respectful. And the dad can still reach out to me through social media. Let's get the kid captured alive. Alive. So the next step that I have is to now we work off leads. Okay. We don't have a crystal ball where we can say, oh, there's where he's at. Well, now we work off leads. Somebody knows something. Somebody else knows where he's at, where they dropped him off at, or did they drop him off? That person is going to call us. Because again, we're not the police. This is anonymous. We don't have to tell. We are willing to go to extreme measures to find him, whether it's in Mexico, I've got connections there, or anywhere. I think again that he's young enough, not an experienced criminal, but what is his greatest experience? Okay, outdoorsman. That's what he does the best. I don't think he can shoplift and live in the city and be on the run and sleep at cheap hotels. I think that he is what's in his blood. He's in them hills. On a 1 to 10, he's probably a 6 compared to the outdoorsmen and some of the guys that I've captured. Okay, those 2 New York guys, the one that killed the other guy we was 10 minutes behind him. That's good stuff. So this guy's not experienced like that. We get a scent of a trail. We get a scent, he's done. He's not going to hide in the trees and dig a cave and all that. He's got a small tent, maybe a knife, because he's got to stay out in the open. Hope parents didn't give him anything else to protect himself. How's he eating? Got to kill the game. So, just don't walk up on him and say, hey, you're wanted, freeze.
So he's a professional bounty hunter, so he's done nothing wrong. He's actually doing his job. So he had an arrest warrant and went there for a legitimate reason. $125K, really, Denise? I find it strange that nobody no school friends or mates or anything like that have said jack about Brian. No one. Have you all noticed that? He doesn't seem... I find it hard to believe any parents can just sit back and watch resources be wasted when they probably know where Brian is. That's why I tried to do a community post earlier, and I don't know whether it was my Wi-Fi or what was going on. But can you imagine trying to move on and live your life tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month if you're Mr. and Mrs. Laundry? Like, it doesn't matter where in the US they go and try. If they leave that area, people are still going to know who they are. And I would hate to live in their shoes. It's, but yeah, nobody seems to, on the laundries, not even friends of Mr. and Mrs. Laundry have piped up and said, oh, yeah, well, they're a bit like this or a bit like that or whatever. No one on their side has said anything. And I suppose if you were their friends, let's emphasize the were, because if I was a friend with them, I would be no longer. So they might find themselves very lonely as time moves on for them. And it's deserved, in my opinion. Oh, their business page has already been shut down. Yes, someone shared a couple of the comments with me the other day in chat. And yeah, they were pretty. It's not only their business life, it's their personal life. Like I don't think even that side of it's dawned on them yet, that their life is never, from the 1st of September, their life is never, ever going to be the same ever again. And, you know, maybe if they stood up now, Mr. and Mrs. Laundry, stand up now, do the right thing. Like, try and get this shit sorted out and save a little bit of face. Because right now the world, and I'm not exaggerating in saying the world because it is international, yeah, I wouldn't like to even go on holidays if I were you, because people are going to come at you, I can tell you now. It's not going to be a fun time. But you reap what you sow, don't you? Yeah, Marigold. Hi, Marigold. I think that's why so many of us around the world are so rattled with the situation, because as much as we love our own kids and you want the best for them, if they've done wrong, the majority of parents will make them face the consequences. Although I was talking about this a couple of weeks ago, when your adult children were little and they'd have an altercation in the schoolyard and you would try and sort it out with, you know, the other kid's mother or father, and you would come across some parents, excuse me, that just won't have it, that their child had any fault in, you know, what had gone down. And you're always going to have them parents, but this is different level ignorance, isn't it? Yep, you do the crime, you do the time. Because now they're doing the crime as well, from their own doing. Dog has been donating money for a very long time, and being a bounty hunter, you should get paid. Yeah. The irony is perfect, though. By staying silent, they thought it would not come out, but because of the silence, it is getting bigger than it would be if he had talked. You know, from that very first night when she was reported missing, it started from that minute when law enforcement knocked on the door and they refused to speak and handed law enforcement their attorney's details because they think they're so clever. That's when it, straight away, it was on a worldwide basis because no one could understand it. Tiffany is on and comparing Summer to Gabby's case. She's mad people are following Gabby's case and about where Brian might be. No, I'm all, I feel like a hypocrite right now. You know how we all say we're keeping in our lane and I'm not going to get involved in the drama and stuff? I don't understand that, because she's been posting post after post about Gabby as well. So why are you posting posts? And she's done videos about Gabby and tributes about Gabby. So she needs to have a look at her own way of doing things as well, because she's doing it as well. Guys, how can you forget about Summer? No one is going to forget about Summer. Just because you have a bit of a conversation about Summer, or your video might be titled, you know, with something that's just gone down with Brian, doesn't mean you don't still have that as same passion for Summer. Now, she's been a hypocrite right there if that's what she's over there doing, and I'll say it. I don't care how many subs she's got that come at me either. Like, I think she's beautiful and I love listening to her voice and stuff, but sometimes these creators will go what their little click, and I will say click because it does come to that, guys, whether our subs realize it or not, there is a certain click, and I will go back to my analogy of the schoolyard, because this is what YouTube is like. I'm learning. It is like one big schoolyard with little groups everywhere, and the bigger groups follow other bigger groups. And if they have a little niggle with a smaller creator, and I'm not exaggerating here, they will try and snob and block that her creator presence so they're irrelevant. And I think all subs need to be aware of that, because it is happening. These creators are choosing sides with different things that go on behind the scenes, and it's not okay, because it should be up to the subs who they want to follow. And they think because they give a shout out to certain channels and they grow super fast, you know, and it's very underhanded, and it needs to be said. You don't pick sides and carry on. Do you, boo? Anyway, see, I told you I can get burnt up. We all feel Summer has been failed by everyone, which is partly why we are set on keeping her in the light. Absolutely. And we always will. But that doesn't mean we can't have a conversation or a video about Gabby and that, you know. No one will, no, it's just, you know, and some of them will come online just to be dramatic. And I don't understand that at all either. I'm really irritated right now. Also, Summer really never had a chance. Gabby did, because Gabby had her parents out there fighting for her. And I think that's really, really relevant, Sassy Noz. You know, the different set of parents and situations, lifestyles. Yeah, Susan, I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying I find it funny that she would be saying that. But she's posting stuff about Gabby as well. So does that mean she's forgotten about Summer? Like, it goes both ways. Anyway. Everyone does things their way, I guess. You know, sometimes you do have to come on and just vent and get it out. I get that. But it doesn't mean, and like today of all days, as if Gabby's, people aren't talking about Gabby today when her memorial was today, you know? Look at the parents of missing kids, the more out there. The parents are fighting, the more attention by the media get. Yeah. Yeah, that's true, May. I'll have a listen later. At the same time, we need to find a killer because Gabby deserves justice too. They all deserve justice. Every single one of them. Aw. 41 years. Wow. We're 32 years. Yeah, I get that too. Brian's parents got scared after Gabby's dad called and threatened Brian on the phone and took him, hid him on the 11th 3-day camping trip and staged the whole reserve missing story. I think you're right. I don't think he come back after that camping trip that he went with his mum and dad. I wonder if it's going to be like with Orrin and Orson West, like what's happened with Barry Morphew's case. It was nearly 12 months to the day that they arrested him from the day when Susan went missing. Imagine if Gary Jubelin was on Summer's case, there might be more leads now. Exactly, Gabby. Thanks, Emerald Flower. But it does get to you in saying that. All of it gets to you. Because you're thinking about these things constantly. And it does take its toll sometimes. Oh, what? Justice for Summer? We all have a story to tell. In 1956, my grandfather murdered my grandmother. She was 26 with 5 little kids. The oldest was 8 and the youngest, oh my God. Well, you certainly do have a story. So did they go to family justice for Summer? The 5 little ones? That's so sad. Oh, I don't think it's Gabby she's upset about. She wanted Gabby found. I think it's just that Brian isn't worthy. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think he's dead. I really don't, because I don't think he's got the guts. Yeah, well, if that's the way, if that's why she's upset, I totally agree with her. Because they were saying the other day, you know, when it was being televised 8 hours a day for them few days, it was like $2 million already, the bill for just searching that swamp. Yeah, I understand that. I can understand exactly what she's saying. If that's, I thought you meant, and yeah, I probably got too emotional too quick. But I thought you meant she didn't want creators talking about Gabby to only talk about Summer. And that's just how defensive you get about your own emotions, because that's the way you feel. He can't hide forever, though. Yeah, but I'll go and have it. I always try to catch up. I didn't catch up with her. She did one the other day. Nellie went for 7 hours. In 1964, my husband's mother was murdered, shot 3 times in the back, and had 3 kids. My husband was 7, sister 9, and brother 4. The grandparents took them. Holy moly, Denise. Guys, we need to do a panel one day soon, and we can, I haven't had a murder in the family, but I think it's great that people can share their stories from your point of views as well, you know. He got his desserts because he passed away in 76 at the age of 56. Yeah, exactly. Straight to hell with you, dude. But why go to escape to a place where it's 70? I know. But Dr. Phil, no, I don't know if it was Dr. Phil, John Walsh and Dog the Bounty Hunter and Chris McDonough have all said the Appalachian Trails. Is that how you say it? Appalachian? That's where they feel he's gone, because he has history with that place of being there before. I just feel that we should be out using the same resources to find Summer that they are finding with Brian. Summers County was, I know, and I was saying that right at the beginning of this live, that it was only the second week in looking for Summer, when they were still like physically boots on the ground looking, and they had that big meeting about how much it was costing, and they didn't know where they were getting the money from. And I couldn't believe it. Wow, justice for Summer. That's so sad. Appalachian. Okay. See, I've learned another thing today about America and how to say things. Anyway, guys, I better get off here. I've got to go and get stuff for dinner organised, hang out some more washing, and see what they've done in the house. Wow. I would love to hear more of your story, Justice for Summer. That's huge. Yeah. So have a think about tomorrow, and I would love for a couple of you to come up and have a chat with me. Yeah, there is way too much loss, Josie. And hopefully we get some news about either or both would be fabulous. Okay, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Night, night.